As you go to start your exploded view for your animation, the first step you're going to likely have to do is collapse. So here I'm in the configuration manager, and I'm going to collapse exploded view 1. If I then go to assembly and start a new exploded view, I'm going to start with a new set of steps that are currently blank. I will drop down my toy assembly one so I can actually pick it block by block, as my blocks are not visible. So I'll pick the first block, I'll pull it up out of the toy. I'm then going to use the space bar and go to the front view. This will allow me to make two very important moves. The first one will be I can move it enough so I know when I set this down, I'm not going to run it into the toy, nor is it 8 feet the other direction. Also, when I click off and click on again, I'll be able to push this down so it is down onto the surface as close to this line as possible. If you want to fine-tune one of these, please make sure you go back to the step and edit the actual step by making sure you do it that way. If you don't, you will create an additional step. I'll then hit my space bar, go back to the isometric view. And, oh, sorry, I got out of my explode. So I'm going to go back to edit feature. And I'm going to grab the next block. For this one, I'm going to grab the plus block. Mine's in the back corner here. I could pull it out and set it aside, but it's going to be largely covered during my animation. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up out of the toy, click off, click on. I'm going to switch to the right side view, pull it completely to the front, and then set it down. At that point, placing the block in front. I'm going to continue doing this by putting them in by pulling them out, going to a view that's about 90 degrees from where I want it. So right side works really good for all the shapes that I'm going to pull to the front. And I'm going to essentially cover the other shapes since they're going to be side by side of each other. Pull the star out, same thing, pull it up, space bar, right side, come out clear of the others so I don't put them inside of each other, and push it down to the ground, making sure I'm hitting the ground. Back to here, T-shaped block, up, right side, pull it to the front, set it down. Last block for me is the D-shaped block right here. I'm going to actually put it out at the side here. I could have done that with the T-shaped block as well since they'd all show. But I'll go ahead and do this. Pull it out. This time I'm going to do the front view. Pull it out to the side here. And then press it down. At this point, I can go back to isometric, and I can, if I wish, adjust this view slightly. Whatever adjustments I make, I want it to look good because that's the way that it will animate. You can see all my blocks are on the ground because their reflections are below them. I'll go ahead and check the box, and I want to start with it exploded. What I will then do is right-click on this and say Animate the Collapse. That's what will animate the blocks being put away. I have already changed some of my settings, but when you come here, it will likely be set to 4 seconds, which means that when this plays, the blocks are very rapidly put where they are, and it's kind of hard to watch. Make sure you check the half speed or the slow play box, then play it at this speed. It's a much more reasonable pace for the blocks to be placed in. When I have made my adjustments and I like the way this looks, I will click the Save button. I will pick a location for it to go, leave the settings alone, hit Save. And as it does that, it will glitch. My Properties menu will come and go, and I will end up with it saving the video out when it's completed.